Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood, and today I'm going to be bringing you yet another replay here in Total War Rome 2. This is going to be another 1 versus 1 battle. I'll be playing as the Seleucids, and my opponent Venansula, from I guess the Bear Clan, is playing as Parthia. Now, I had fought this guy before, and he used an army that actually inspired my Carthaginian Rush army that was featured in my last battle. And so this battle, I went with something to counter what he was going to do. And you can see his army here is very, very rush-based. He's got 4 Parthian horse archers here. These are just mobile skirmishing. And I'm going to pause this for a quick second. Then he's got 4 Eastern cataphracts. He's got 3 of them here. And while I can field cataphract units, Parthia here is fielding a whole lot more than I did. He's got 2 Median cavalry on this flank and a Royal cataphract as his general. He's also got an Indian war elephant, so he's got a ridiculous amount of mobility. Then for his main line, he's got 4 Hillman units here, and these guys are extremely cheap units. And that's all he needs. He just needs some infantry to tie down my men while these cataphracts do their work and the elephants. Then he's got 2 Parthian swordsmen, which are decent melee units. He's got an Eastern spearman and then 1 Eastern javelin man. Now, the first time I fought this guy, he defeated me pretty easily because my army was in no way something that could counter a force like this. So this time around, I was trying to figure out how I could do better. What I have here is 5 Eastern Slingers. These guys are a decent slinger unit. The reason for this is the long-range skirmishing. Hopefully I can hit my opponent's Parthian horse archers on the go. Then I've got a main line of pikemen, and I've got 6 pikemen here. And I didn't want a pike box, although honestly that is the best thing I could have done. I would have easily won had I pike boxed and used my skirmishers on the inside. But then for a little bit of striking force, I've got 3 thorax swordsmen, and then I've got 2 Hellenic cataphracts there, and my general is also in a Hellenic cataphract unit. So you can see here, my opponent quickly, all of that is mobile stuff. Over here, once again, more cavalry. He's going to immediately start trying to push around my flanks with this cavalry. It's another army based on just getting disruption going. And I am shifting all of my Eastern Slingers over this way to hopefully quickly take out these Parthian horse archers. That might not have been that great of a move. I maybe should have left some over here. But you can see he's trying to find a way to get into my slingers. And really, once again, what I should have done here is kept my slingers behind my pikemen. Now, he's not going to get into them, but I wouldn't have even had to worry about pulling them back had I just initially started them with my pikemen and running up a cataphract unit there just to deter these guys, which it didn't work. I could have went ahead and charged him, but I didn't want to commit there. Here I'm going to catch one of his Parthian horse archers partially with my pikes, score a few good kills there, and chasing off his Hellenic cataphracts over there. And on this flank, you can see what he's forcing me to do is kind of go into a pike box, and once again, the best way for me to win would have just been in a pike box. I didn't want to start like that, though, because a lot of people do just get annoyed. I wanted to just not be one of those people that just purely pike boxes. Although if I ever fight a nomadic faction, that is what I will do, because that is the one way to ensure you win against them, pretty much. But you can see his horse archers moving around there. I've got these Hellenic cataphracts, and all of my slingers are firing on these guys, and you know, they're going to do damage really fast to these horse archers. Just cut them down. Here he's going to get off a charge. I block it at the last second with my Hellenic cataphracts. Block another one with the Hellenic cataphracts there. Here these Parthian horse archers, though, are actually going to get in and kill some of my slingers there. And over here you see I've completely shifted my line this way because he didn't attack me from the front at all. He's directly coming around my flank here with all of his infantry units. I'm moving in some pikes to this fight here. to help my cavalry. But right now you can see my line's kind of folding on itself. These horse archers have been dealt with, and his infantry can't really do anything against my pikes. And here I'm going to turn these guys around, although instead of just turning around, I don't know why pike units feel like they have to like switch their flank when they do that. Thorax swordsman charging into his hillmen, easy for my men there. And he actually gets a really nice charge with these eastern cataphracts on my pikes. They didn't set up quite fast enough, but now that they are in formation, I'm going to start taking down some of these cataphracts here. And you can see my pikes are going to start engaging these Parthian swordsmen, and that's going to be a pretty easy fight for my pikes from the front as well. Now, over here, I've got one Hellenic cataphract unit holding off 3 cataphract units. That's just not going to go well for my men, but it is the least I can do to try to hold right now. While in this fight, my Hellenic cataphracts are fighting off Median cavalry. I've got Thorax swordsmen and a pike unit all engaging these elephants here, and we're actually going to start taking these guys down. Meanwhile, I've also got these slingers out here. I forgot about these guys. They're going to start engaging in a second. Moving these guys away. I'm trying to keep slingers moving and doing some damage. And just right now I'm just shifting pikes to try to block his cavalry from reinforcing the other fights. So right now you can see this battle is all over the place. Here my pikes are soon, or not pikes, slingers are going to soon start firing at this eastern spearman and just continuously running away there. Although he has cavalry that he can bring down on that. And those were more royal cataphracts there. Just, he charged in, got a good charge. Now I'm taking down these guys pretty quickly, but he also used that to get Parthian swordsmen into the back of my pikes. Over here, these elephants have lost a few men. My Hellenic cataphracts are gonna do a quick trample charge on them to just try to do some damage while these elephants are moving away. Doesn't work all that well, which it shouldn't. Elephants are better than cavalry for that kind of a fight. Over here, my Parthian or Thorax swordsmen are going to engage these Median cavalry and hold them there while my pikes move in to finish them off. And over here, I've got Thorax swordsmen fighting an eastern cataphract, and with a backup charge from my general, we're going to take them down. I've also got swords coming back from over here, and you can see my slingers are doing some damage here, just moving different directions. But there's not that many of them, not a whole lot they can do, and now these Parthian horse archers are coming over, and these guys can just melee charge the slingers and finish that. I've also got a slinger unit over here firing on the elephants, and that is actually managing to take them down. And here in this fight, some Thorax swordsmen backing up my general, taking on these Parthian swordsmen and another Median cavalry, and we're going to be able to rout those guys. But you can see my slingers off in the back have been taken down. Here he got a charge into my Thorax swordsmen, and he's going to easily kill them there with royal cataphracts. That is a unit I should have managed better. Once again, I have these pikes just facing towards his cav to at least make them move a little bit before they can engage me. So now I'm trying to consolidate my forces. You can see my opponent and I have 6 units left. He has 5, but he's got these cataphract units, royal cataphracts there, with 26 men, 19 men in this eastern cataphract. And that eastern cataphract has 37. These eastern spearmen aren't that great, but you know, it's just another unit on the field. And I was trying to get my slingers over this way, but there wasn't a whole lot I could do there. I'm chasing with my general's Hellenic cataphracts, and royal cataphracts should, I believe, beat the Hellenic cataphracts. Yeah, they have better stats there. And he's gonna use a trample charge and a war cry on my men there. And that actually wasn't my general unit, but still, he's going to easily defeat that unit there. Here's my general's Hellenic cataphracts taking on these eastern cataphracts. And Hellenic Cataphracts will win in that fight, but he's backing up with more Eastern Cataphracts, and his Royal Cataphract will be able to come into the back here soon. So what I should have done there is not even engaged my cavalry. I should have waited and made him have to come after me more, because if I had those 2 units of cav, that really would have helped. Here my Thorax Swords were charging these Eastern Spearmen, but I didn't want to leave them open to a charge from cavalry. So at this point, it's just my 2 units versus his cav. He's going to set up kind of a ring around me, so we're just going to fast forward. You can see I've got my men back to back. He can charge in on the flanks, but I mean, with these 2 units, this is the best I can do to defend myself. And he typed in the chat here that he was letting his men rest up. So I decided, let's not do that and try to go after him. But you can see he's just going to charge in from every direction and quickly kill off my men. So very good game to my opponent. It was actually a decently close game. Had I not charged my 2 cavalry units there at the end, I don't necessarily think it would have allowed me to win, but it definitely would have made it even a little bit closer, because engaging those Royal Cataphracts out in the field like that was just a bad idea. But once again, very good game to my opponent. Very well played, good army there. You can see both of us lost ridiculous amounts of our forces. He had 1 unit there at the end that was decently healthy, but both armies for the most part just completely decimated. And look at that, his Royal Cataphract's doing well. These elephants ended up being, I mean, 72 kills is okay, but not for the cost of that unit. And most of what they killed was actually slingers. So, I mean, that, maybe had he replaced that with yet another Cataphract unit, it might have actually been more helpful to him. But in the end, he ended up winning anyways. Look at that, that one Parthian horse archer, which was allowed to survive, doing really well. But yeah, you know, rush armies like that, if you can micro them well, which he did, it's hard to defend against. And had I pike boxed from the beginning, maybe, I mean, he might have been able to break through it with skirmishing and stuff. Eastern slingers, you know, maybe getting into a flank with the elephants. It would have been interesting to see, but I did not want to pike box there. But yeah, these types of armies are very dangerous. You know, his infantry wasn't that strong, but I had to account for it, because still, these guys aren't strong. They get into the back of pikes, though. They're going to do some damage. I can say, though, that had I brought a mainly sword-based army, he would have absolutely slaughtered me in that fight. So, you know, these armies are very effective. It's a good army. Good job to Venansula. I can't say that right. I hope I'm saying that right, but oh well. Once again, though, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time with some more replays.